From the outside, Eva Kingsley looked like any other 19-year-old university student, quiet, artistic, and just a little withdrawn. She had recently moved into a small attic apartment in an old Victorian townhouse at the edge of Harrow Street. The rent was cheap. Too cheap. But Eva didn't ask questions. The room had slanted ceilings, creaky floors, and a large antique mirror nailed to the wall across from her bed, tall, arched, and old enough to carry a history no one spoke about. The landlord had warned her not to remove it. It belongs to the house, he'd said too quickly. It's always been there. Eva didn't argue. She simply nodded and moved in. At first, everything was normal. A few flickering lights. Cold drafts. The usual quirks of an old house. But the mirror, it began to trouble her. It started subtly. She would glance at her reflection and notice a delay, like the image blinked half a second too late. Or sometimes, when she walked away, she'd catch something still standing in the mirror out of the corner of her eye. She tried to ignore it. But on the fourth night, just past 3 a.m., Eva woke with a start. The room was silent, except for the low groan of wood settling. Her eyes were drawn to the mirror. Her reflection was already staring at her. She hadn't even moved yet. Heart racing, she sat up. The reflection did too, this time in perfect sync. She leaned forward. So did it. But just as she was about to lie back down, her reflection smiled. Eva hadn't. She froze. She stared into her own eyes, but something behind them felt wrong. They were her eyes, but not her. The smile on the reflection's face stretched just a bit too wide, too forced. Her own mouth remained still. And then the reflection raised its hand and pointed at her. Eva screamed. She grabbed her blanket and turned away from the mirror, refusing to look again until morning. The next day, Eva covered the mirror with a bedsheet. But that night, she dreamed of standing in front of it. In the dream, her reflection began peeling its skin back, slowly, to reveal a pale, eyeless thing underneath. And when it spoke, its voice was a distorted echo of her own. "I'm not you. But I want to be." She woke up with a nosebleed and claw marks on her neck. A week passed. Eva started skipping classes. She barely ate. And every night, she woke at exactly 3:07 a.m. No alarms, no disturbances, just the heavy pressure of being watched. One evening, she invited her friend Marla over for comfort. They laughed, watched movies, and Eva almost forgot about the mirror. Almost. But as Marla was getting ready to leave, she froze in front of the mirror. "Eva," she said slowly, her voice trembling. "Come here." Eva walked over. The sheet had somehow fallen off. Marla pointed. In the mirror, Eva's reflection wasn't wearing the same clothes. It stood slightly off, breathing slower, smiling again, that unnatural smile. "That's not you," Marla whispered. "It's not moving with you." Suddenly, the lights flickered. The reflection's eyes rolled back, and it pressed its hands against the inside of the mirror as if trying to break through. Eva dragged Marla out of the apartment, both of them shaking. They spent the night at Marla's place. The next day, Eva returned alone. She had made up her mind. She brought a hammer. She would smash the mirror, consequences be damned. But when she entered the room, the mirror was gone. Just a blank wall where it once hung. Her heart sank. She turned slowly and saw it leaning against the opposite side of the room, standing on its own, uncovered. And this time, there were two reflections inside. One of her, and one behind her. It looked like Eva, but it was decaying, with sunken features and hollow eyes. It mimicked her every move, but always with a delay. And slowly, it began walking closer to her reflection. A cold wind blew through the sealed window. The mirror rattled on its base. Eva's vision blurred. And then she heard it. "Let me out. Let me take your place. You don't belong here anymore." She fell to the floor, ears ringing, nose bleeding again. Her vision doubled. And just before she blacked out, she saw the reflection's hand reach out from the glass. When she woke up, it was daylight. Everything looked normal. The mirror was once again nailed to the wall, covered neatly with the bedsheet. Had it been a dream? She stood up and slowly pulled the sheet aside. Her reflection stared back. Calm. Still. Just her. She smiled. It smiled back. But as she turned to walk away, her reflection did not. It stood still, head slowly tilting sideways, and then raised a hand to wave goodbye. Eva never turned back to see it. The following week, Marla came to visit. She knocked on the door. No answer. She used the spare key. Inside, the apartment was spotless. But Eva was nowhere to be found. Only the mirror remained. And in its glass stood a girl with Eva's face smiling too wide, who never blinked. And behind her was nothing at all.